Good morning, everybody, and happy Friday to you. I am your host, Jessica Dugas, and you are watching Project Joy Live. It is your triple shot of good vibes every weekday morning here on the Breakthrough Show Network. And I have a lot bringing me joy today. First of all, it is our final installment of our Battle of the Decades series. This has been the 2010s Get Lit week, but we also had our Totally 80s week, our 90s nostalgia week, and then going into our Y2K rewind week, and finishing out with our 2010s Get Lit week. And I stand by what I've said pretty much the entire time that, I really, as time goes on, I've realized a lot through this series, to be honest with you. I agree with Danielle's sentiment from the show yesterday, and that's that I think I remember more about the 80s and 90s than I do about recent years. And this, especially this week, the 2010s week that we've been on here. And I think that has a lot to do with as we age, our priorities change, our responsibility level obviously increases quite a bit. And so what we deem as important and or what we pay attention to changes over time. And I think I've really seen that and recognized that as we've done this series. Obviously, big fan of the nostalgia here, going back to the 80s of 90s for me. So if it is truly a battle of the decades, then for me, I think 90s wins it for me, honestly. So we're going to do a little review of 2010s. I have a couple of things to talk about. Some sayings that we didn't get to. You'll see below my name here. I have YOLO because that's one of the sayings from 2010 that were pretty popular. And then I have a little over review. I've got the top 25, both history and pop culture mixed in. So it's quite a good mix of top moments from the years 1980 through 2019. So the top 25 moments we're going to talk about as well. And of course, I've got birthdays at the end for you as well. Brittany and Danielle, two of our favorites here on the Breakthrough Show Network. I hope you guys had an amazing birthday yesterday. Yesterday was a lot of fun for me as well. A couple of things. Well, it was a very roller coaster day, as we do here in Jessica Land. But I had I had an issue I had to see the doctor for yesterday, and so I'm really glad that I made the decision to do Project Joy just Mondays for the remainder of July and August, so that Jessica can get some rest, because Jessica needs that. Um, and so that happened yesterday, but also I mentioned that our good friend here on the Breakthrough Show Network, Scott Mason, had been ill for quite some time, and in the hospital. And I had the opportunity to speak with him yesterday, and there's something really magical that happens when you have a relationship with someone and they're not well. You don't get to talk to them, and that magic moment when you get to talk to them again and just hearing their voice, and it's like this breath of like, they're okay. And so that was a really great moment yesterday. Scott is home and resting, and I thank you all for your continued good wishes and prayers for Scott. Also, um, we went to the beach yesterday, as we do several times a week here in southeastern Connecticut. It's summertime, you guys. There's literally concerts and events every night here, which is a lot of fun. But we went down to the beach for the dancing. My girls have been a part of dance country. They had a homeschool class there, learning some line dancing. And then my youngest, who was not my youngest, my second youngest, Jazzy, who's 9, she really got into the dancing. She was not old enough for the class, but she has been learning on her own at home. And then we go to now the beach nights on Thursdays. And so I wanted to share a little video from last night because this was so much fun. I'm going to actually turn it down a little bit here, but one of the dances that they taught last night to everybody that was there. This is all of everybody dancing on the boardwalk with Dance Country. And there were so many people when they did this particular dance, they had to line up like you couldn't even see the full over on this side here. The line wrapped around because it was so long, but it was so much fun to see everybody out there dancing. And I want to give another shout out to Lisa and Dance Country, and make sure that you're in southeastern Connecticut, in Ferry, that you go check out Dance Country. I know you don't have to have like a pass; you can pay per class, but you don't have to know how to dance. They'll teach you how to dance. Also, if you're in this area in the summer, every other Thursday, I think it is, they are at Ocean Beach, like this in New London, Connecticut, and I would love for you guys to come join us out there. I bring the girls every time they have it, and it's so much fun. I am in this video. Fun fact: I was in that video, and so I definitely invite you to join us. Brings me a lot of joy to see that, and you see people from all different age groups, races, demographics, just skill levels. There's some people, there's a couple dances they do where they're really hopping around, and I'm like, I will not be participating in this. However, I really did enjoy getting out there for a few of the dances last night, despite kind of feeling a little wonky, but it was good. And so that's a lot of fun. Make sure you guys join us if you're in the area. Also, I invite you to join us live on air today. You can go to thebreakthroughshownetwork.com. You can go to projectjoylive.com, as it says down there, and click the join live button, and let me know some of your favorite moments from the last 4 decades that we've been talking about. If anything in particular sticks out to you in history, in pop culture, or even in your life that you want to celebrate today, I'm happy to celebrate that with you. We're going to take a quick break, and we are going to be right back to talk about those top 25 moments of the years 1980 through 2019. We'll be right back after this. Don't go anywhere.
Breakthroughs are about more than you might think. They're about discovering who you are, digging deep, reaching to the core of your soul. They're about healing yourself, understanding your beliefs, creating a ripple effect. And it's not just those initial moments that matter. It's about using them to bring more joy into our own lives and the lives of others. It's about having fun, letting loose, enjoying every moment life has to offer. It's about finding a safe space. It's about creating connection. Join us each and every day for exclusive programming, special events, and a community to call home, where we invite you to explore, change the way you look at and live your life, and go beyond the breakthrough. So we ask you, are you ready? We'll see you online at thebreakthroughshow.com.
Welcome back to Project Joy Live. I'm your host, Jessica Dugas. It is Friday, July 14th, 2023. It's hard to believe we're halfway through July now, you guys. I don't know where the time goes, but here we are. So I want to talk to you about the top 25 events, pop culture, history, all of that from the years 2000, or excuse me, to the years 1980 through 2019. But first, I want to talk about a couple of popular catchphrases from the years 2010 through 2019, as that's what we're talking about this week, was 2010s. And a couple of, I've got one down below my name there, YOLO, meaning you only live once. And I don't know where some of these started out. Some of these I've never used as well. Some of them have just been sort of funny, I've heard people use. But yeah, I don't know where some of these originated, so it makes me curious. We also had FOMO. We had YOLO, and now we had FOMO, fear of missing out. But we like to talk about JOMO here on Project Joy Live, that we've talked about before, which is the joy of missing out. Sometimes we don't need to be all involved in everything, right? But the fear of missing out is still a very real thing. Despite the level of JOMO, there's still FOMO. That should be on a pillow. Also, the selfie became popular, a photograph taken of oneself, typically with a smartphone or webcam, and shared on social media. LOL, laughing out loud, though I think that maybe came a little bit earlier than the 2010s, though it remains popular today. LOL, LMAO, LMFAO, ROT. We come up with anything we want now. I'll just say that. TBT, or Throwback Thursday, used when sharing old photos or memories on social media. A lot of people use Throwback Thursday. In fact, that was the name of one of our shows here with myself and Kevin Kiley on the Breakthrough Show Network. Squad goals was another popular phrase, aspiring to have a group of friends as cool or accomplished as those seen on social media. I've also heard couple goals, like the term goals, like insert whatever here, goals. That whole thing, I think, has been, business goals, group goals, couple goals, squad goals, friend goals, whatever. There were always goals. Okay. My question to you is, have we achieved any of those? That's my question. On fleek was another popular phrase, meaning perfectly groomed or styled. The funny thing about that phrase is I will attempt sometimes to say that now, and my kids are like, no, mom, no, this is not, we're past that time. So that's fine. Swag, meaning style or confidence, though swag has been used for a really long time, I think. Keep calm and carry on, a motivational phrase originating from a British propaganda poster during World War II. But that keep calm and carry on really became like a popular, like, we've noticed that, right, throughout this series, that what goes around comes around sort of thing. Things just repeat over and over and over, but sometimes with a little twist. Netflix and chill. It's a euphemism for inviting someone over for casual sexual activity while pretending to watch Netflix, which I will admit to you, I had no idea that that's what it meant until like way after it came out. I thought Netflix and chill meant like you invite someone over to chill out and watch some Netflix, which I'm like, why would you want to do that? Because watching Netflix is like a very, like, I don't know, I do that alone. So then when I learned what it really meant, I'm like, oh, okay, that's funny now. Basic is another phrase used to describe someone or something as unoriginal, mainstream, or lacking individuality. So I would hate to be called basic. We don't think Project Joy Live or the Breakthrough Show Network is basic. We are anything but basic here. I'm just saying. Twerk, a dance move involving thrusting hip movements, often performed to popular music. There will be no twerking over here. I will tell. We are not basic, but there will be no twerking. Because if we do twerk, it will be an, this is the next phrase, epic fail, and spectacular or embarrassing failure. I use that all the time, that phrase, epic failure or epic fail. Hashtag, a word or phrase preceded by the pound. Some of us know it as the pound sign. This symbol used on social media platforms to categorize content or join conversations. Yes, like WAS, or excuse me, YASSS, an exclamation of excitement or approval, because it's not enough in the 2010s to just say yes or woohoo or I'm excited. You must say yes. Okay. Which I find wildly hilarious as we're talking about some of these phrases because you see so many things like LOL, TBT, LMAO. We have to shorten everything, but then we take already short words like yes and make it yes. So it's interesting what we've done there for sure. Noob was used, a derogatory term for someone who is inexperienced or lacks skill, typically used in online gaming communities. Bae, BAE, an affectionate term for a romantic partner or someone you admire, because the word baby wasn't short enough. BABY wasn't short enough. Now we need BAE. One less letter. It saves a lot of time. Slay, to achieve something with great success or to look exceptionally good, and that's still used a lot right now. My daughter uses it a lot, and I I like to be extra cringy and say sway instead of slay, and they're amused with me, to say the very least. Swag, style, or confidence. Like, and I think, yeah, we already talked about that. Swag, that was used for a long time. And then the phrase stay woke, to be aware or vigilant about social and political issues. So, we are a lot of things around here on the Breakthrough Show Network, but we are not basic. We're always on fleek. And honestly, any show you see here on the Breakthrough Show Network is show goals, and that's that, period, end of story. I want to talk about those top 25 moments from the years 1980 through 2019, to give us a overview of the last 4 decades, as we've talked about here on the Battle of the Decades series. Number one, 1980, the Miracle on Ice. The United States men's hockey team defeated the Soviet Union at the Winter Olympics, creating a major upset and capturing the nation's attention. Number two, 1982, the Thriller album. Michael Jackson released his groundbreaking album Thriller, which became the best selling album of all time, revolutionizing the music industry and popularizing music videos. In 1986, we experienced the Challenger disaster. The space shuttle Challenger exploded just seconds after liftoff, resulting in the tragic loss of all 7 crew members. In 1989, we talked about the fall of the Berlin Wall. The Berlin Wall, which had divided East and West Germany for decades, was opened, leading to the reunification of Germany and symbolizing the end of the Cold War. In 1991, we experienced the Gulf War. The United States and its allies launched Operation Desert Storm, liberating Kuwait from Iraqi occupation and marking a significant military conflict in the Middle East. In 1994, Nelson Mandela becomes president. He was a prominent anti-apartheid leader and was elected as the first Black president of South Africa, symbolizing the end of apartheid and promoting reconciliation. In 1997, the death of Princess Diana. Princess Diana of Wales tragically died in a car accident in Paris, sparking widespread mourning and becoming a significant moment in global history. In 2001, we experienced here in the United States 9/11 attacks, which was something heard around the world, of course. Terrorists hijacked planes and carried out coordinated attacks on the World Trade Center in New York City and the Pentagon, leading to global war on terror and significant changes in security measures. In 2008, here in the United States, Barack Obama was elected president. He became the first African American president of the United States, representing a historic moment in American politics. In 2009, the sudden death of Michael Jackson, the king of pop, shocked the world and led to an outpouring of tributes and remembrances. Number 11, in 2010, Arab Spring protests and revolutions spread across the Middle East and North Africa, leading to significant political and social changes in several countries. And we talked about this when we did the overview, excuse me, the other day. I had never heard that phrase until now, Arab Spring, which is really interesting because I've known about the stuff going on over there, but I never heard that phrase before, which is it's always interesting as we look back at history, some of the things, terminology that's used, whether we knew it or not. Number 12, the London Olympics. The city of London hosted the Summer Olympics, showcasing spectacular sporting events and cultural performances that captivated global audiences. In 2013, same sex marriage became legal in several countries, including the United States, marking a significant milestone for LGBTQ plus rights. In 2014, the FIFA World Cup in Brazil. Brazil hosted the FIFA World Cup, one of the most watched sporting events globally, with Germany emerging as the champions. In 2016, we discussed this in our history as well. Brexit, the United Kingdom voted to leave the European Union, initiating a complex and contentious process that impacted the nation's politics, economy, and international relations. In 2017, we saw the hashtag #MeToo movement happening, gain momentum with individuals sharing stories of sexual harassment and assault, leading to a global reckoning and increased awareness of these issues. In 2018, Black Panther was released, becoming a cultural phenomenon as one of the highest grossing superhero films and a celebration of African culture and representation. In 2019, we saw the Notre Dame Cathedral fire. A devastating fire broke out at the iconic Notre Dame Cathedral in Paris, causing significant damage to the centuries old landmark. Going back again a little bit in pop culture, Ghostbusters was released in 1984, becoming a pop culture phenomenon and spawning a franchise that continues to be beloved today. Did you guys see the most recent one, where there was a couple people brought back from the original one? Bill Murray was in there. I think Dan Aykroyd. But then they had brought in, like, by hologram, the other character, and it was the coolest, most nostalgic, I think, fun I've seen it in a movie in a while. I'm not so sure I was 100% excited about the storyline, but I did love the nostalgia of bringing it back. In 1993, Jurassic Park was released, bringing dinosaurs to life on the big screen, revolutionizing visual effects and setting new standards for blockbuster movies. Love the Jurassic Park franchise as well. Again, some of the newer ones, as they get into, like, the morphed dinosaurs. While I'm not a big fan, it does kind of speak to how we are today as humans, like really making everything I don't know, extra. That wasn't even on the list of phrases for this decade, but it sure comes up a lot around here. I'll tell you what. In '99, The Matrix introduced audiences to mind-blowing sci-fi world with its groundbreaking visual effects and philosophical themes, leaving a lasting impact on pop culture. And that was, we talked about this when it came up in our '90s and 2000s years that we covered. I've never been a Matrix fan. I'll be honest with you. So if you are, let me know, because I need to know what is the appeal of the Matrix film. I love some Keanu Reeves too, so that's why I'm surprised that I've never really gotten into it. But here we are. One film group of films that I did really get into was the Lord of the Rings. And in 2003, the final installment of The Lord of the Rings came out, The Return of the King. It won multiple Academy Awards, solidifying its place as one of the most successful and beloved film franchises. In 2007, we had the iPhone launch. Apple released the first iPhone, revolutionizing the smartphone industry and transforming the way people communicate, access information, and engage with technology. In 2011, we've had a lot of conversation about this in the last 2 weeks of this series, and that's Game of Thrones. The television series Game of Thrones premiered, captivating audiences worldwide with its complex storytelling, intricate characters, and epic fantasy world. And finally, in 2019, Avengers Endgame, the Marvel film Avengers Endgame, concluded the 22 film saga known as the Marvel Cinematic Universe's Infinity Saga, breaking box office records and marking a significant moment in superhero cinema. Now, I couldn't tell you, it's so funny because we've talked about a lot of these comics that were made into movies here on the Battle of the Decades series. And I still cannot tell you the difference between Marvel and DC. I still can't do it. By the way, Adam's joining us this morning. Good morning, Adam. It's good to see you. And Andrew's awake. What is happening? Happy Friday. It's good to see you. I still cannot tell you the difference between Marvel and DC. It is, I enjoy some of them separately. Like, I like Spider-Man. I like Batman. I like Batman from the 80s and 90s. I like Jack Nicholson as as the Joker. Yeah. So what somebody's fill me in. Spider-Man and Batman. What part, which comics are those? Is it Marvel or DC? I think they're Marvel. Are they Marvel? I don't know. I can't, I can't figure it out. But I had no idea in reading this about Avengers Endgame that this was a 22 film. No idea. Marvel Cinematic Infinity Saga. I'm gonna look this up right now. Infinity Saga order movies. Okay. Here. Oh. Okay. I have. Okay. Let's see how many of these I've actually seen. Okay. There. Okay. Avengers Infinity War. I'll give you a thumbs up or thumbs down if I've seen these. Okay. Avengers Endgame, Guardians of the Galaxy. Okay, I've seen that one. There's one. Okay, I'm gonna give myself points. Thor, Ragnarok, Avengers, Thor, Dark World, Captain America, Civil War, Avengers, Age of Ultron, Doctor Strange, Black Panther, Thor. I may have seen part of Thor, but I'm not even going to give myself a point. Captain Marvel, Iron Man. Again, I may have seen part of that, but I couldn't tell you. Iron Man 2, Iron Man 3, Ant-Man and the Wasp, Captain America, the first, what? The first Avenger, Ant-Man, the Incredible Hulk. Okay, I've seen that one. Captain America, the Winter Soldier, Spider-Man Homecoming. Now, why aren't the other Spider-Mans part of this? Can somebody feel? I don't know, because I haven't seen that one. Spider-Man Far From Home, haven't seen that either. Guardians of the Galaxy 2, I saw that. And the Avengers. So I've literally seen 3 out of these 30 movies. 3 of them. Spider-Man is Marvel and Batman is DC. I thought they were the same, in the same group. I don't know these things. Okay. But so I hope you have enjoyed this rundown of our Battle of the Decade series that we've done, and the top 25 moments here that I've shared with you. But let me know if you have any of the top moments that stick out more to you than the ones that I mentioned here today. There were obviously several things that we've talked about over the last 4 weeks of this series that were just so much fun. And I want to thank Brandon Croucher for coming on and doing trivia with us every Tuesday. I want to thank Danielle Valero for being my childhood friend that came on and shared a lot of nostalgic moments with us. Brittany Floyd from Sacredy and Secrets, I want to thank her for coming and being a part of this series. Ferran Dozier was here at one point, being a part of. I'm just having the weirdest deja vu right now, you guys. That was strange. Okay, so Ferran Dozier was here, and also special thanks to my kids behind the scenes as well, who helped me get some of the stuff prepared. My daughter Margine in particular helped me gather stuff for some of the fashion and hair and makeup styles for the different decades, and they went thrifting with me and helped me find some outfits and stuff when we did our 80s and 90s week. So thank you so much to everybody that helped out with this series. We're going to take a quick break, and we're going to come back with our birthdays, possibly some national days as well, and giving you the rundown for what's to come on the Breakthrough Show Network for the rest of the summer. So we'll be right back after this. Don't go anywhere.
Imagine a world where every child gets a great education. Educating all children is the only way to end poverty. This is what the Weiss Scholarship Foundation is working to accomplish. Our 6 staff members, our mentors and coordinators, who are on the ground in Kenya, are totally engaged in every aspect of our students' lives, so we can give them every opportunity for success. In just a few short years, we have already awarded 141 scholarships. We send children to high school who would have never gone without our support. And then we help them go on to either university or vocational school. We have already scaled our holistic business model to 4 locations and are ready to scale it to many more. Today it's Kenya, but tomorrow it's more countries. Please contribute what you can today. You can make a one-time donation, a recurring donation, or choose to sponsor a child all on your own for all 4 years of high school for just $3,500. Go to our website, www.weisscholarshipfoundation.org.
Welcome back to Project Joy Live. Please visit our friends at Weiss Scholarship Foundation. I just found out recently that Christine, one of the beneficiaries of the Weiss Scholarship Network from Africa, is going to be here in my area. She's been attending Elmhurst University in Illinois, and I found out she's going to be local to me here coming up. So I'm really excited to hopefully get a chance to connect with her. That would be amazing, but we'll see how it works out. Either way, we're wishing her so much love and luck as she continues her education here in the United States. So I want to talk really quickly about national days today before we finish out for the day. It is literally a national holiday for me, boys and girls, here today, because the second Friday in July is National French Fry Day. And you all know how I feel about French fries. I cannot go anywhere without French fries. And it even my love for French fries, and therefore my love for ketchup, sparked a search for me to find my soulmate mustard, actually, because I need to chill on the ketchup a little bit, but I couldn't do it. And then I found this incredible ketchup that is made from natural ingredients, no sugar added. And that has been my go-to ever since. So remind me to share that with you about that ketchup. I may put those videos I made together, because my search for my soulmate mustard was the most ridiculous and hilarious thing I have ever done. But let me know if you're going to celebrate National French Fry Day today. If it doesn't please you, it might please you to know that it's National Mac and Cheese Day as well today. Love some mac and cheese. Let me know if you're going to celebrate that today. It is also, let's see, National Tape Measure Day today, World Kebab Day, and anything on a stick is it's got to be better, right? It's National Car Collector Appreciation Day. It is National Grand Mariner Day, and it is also apparently National Nude Day. We are not participating in that on Project Joy Live here this morning. It is on today. Laundry is unnecessary because it's National Nude Day. Enjoy an air bath or explore the naturist movement. I will not be participating in this today. Anybody out there want to participate in National Nude Day today? Let me know. I will not. I will not. I'm trying to finish getting our birthdays together here this morning. We have a few to celebrate. First of all, Jane Lynch, actress, is 63 years old today. Dan Reynolds, the frontman for Imagine Dragons, is 36 years old today. Comedian and actress Lonnie Love is 52 years old today. President Gerald Ford, who passed away in 2006, had a birthday today. Sarah Canning is 36 years old today. She appeared on Vampire Diaries, among other things. Who else do we have here? Let's see. People that I actually know. Listen, sometimes I go through these lists and I'm like, who are these people? Oh, Matthew Fox has a birthday today. You guys remember him when he was on Party of Five? That shows my age a little bit there, but really love Matthew Fox. And this is such a sad story. Speaking of 90s, okay, I was in love with Matthew Fox on Party of Five. And he was also on Lost, among other things, if you don't remember Party of Five. And he was coming to the mall where I was here in New London, Connecticut. And I had at the time, which I brought everywhere with me, especially if a celebrity was going to be there, a disposable camera, which we know are about as reliable as the least reliable thing on the planet. So I took all these pictures of Matthew Fox through the crowd, and something happened with the film. The only photo that came out that was able to be developed from that entire role was this one picture that was like blurred in the whole thing. And then this little tiny, it looked like his profile or some, it looked like Wish Matthew Fox. Okay. Like you couldn't even tell that it was him. I mean, I knew it was him, but you couldn't even, and it's so sad because I was so excited to be there and to get to see him. And that is what I got. That's what I got from that. So with that, also, the celebrities in my life, Kim Zielinski has a birthday today. Heather Watkins Wiley has a birthday, and Carol Houston have birthdays today. So happy birthdays to all of you. And with that, let's sing our birthday song. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, dear Jane Lynch, Dan Reynolds, Lonnie Love, President Gerald Ford, Sarah Canning, Matthew Fox, Kim Zielinski, Heather Wiley, and Carol Houston. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to all those that are celebrating today, and all of you who will celebrate over the weekend. I hope you have an incredible weekend ahead. Big reminder here for you guys that Project Joy Live is moving back to Mondays only, 8 a.m. Eastern time as usual, but moving to Mondays only for the remainder of July and August. And then after that, we're playing it by ear to see if we will be coming back full-time Monday through Friday or not. It will depend on the new schedule, but just FYI, make sure you're here live Monday mornings, 8 a.m. Eastern time for your triple shot of good vibes here on Project Joy Live. Also, reminder that Spirit Sessions, A View of the Light, will be continuing through the summer at 12 p.m. Eastern time here on the Breakthrough Show Network with Rhonda, Bex, and Teresa. It's an incredible show. If you guys have not seen that yet, make sure you're following us over on YouTube. Just look for the Breakthrough Show Network on YouTube. We'll come right up, hit the subscribe button, hit the bell, and make sure that you follow us here so that you don't miss any shows. Coming up, we had a reschedule. There will be no My Way this coming Tuesday. We had a reschedule for that. But we do have some specials coming up. We have some incredible music artists that we'll be doing specials with on the show, as well as someone who is taking the longest walk ever. It's totally like a Forrest Gump type moment that we're going to be talking about here on the show. So make sure you tune in for that. Keep an ear out for that. Other shows will be continuing throughout the next couple of months throughout the summer as well. So I hope you will join us for those things. Trying to think of what else is going on. Make sure you're on our mailing list. The link is down in the description. The mailing list will be coming back out beginning next week as well. So we can keep you up to date with in-person events as well, which we're super excited about. And that's, and we're in creation mode at the moment. I told you guys, we dropped a little secret here on the show yesterday. We have a brand new show coming out. It will probably be fall time, if not maybe even going closer to the new year, but we are in creation mode, and it's called New Englanders Are Not Assholes. So make sure you tune in for that. I'm so excited about this series, you guys. So don't miss it. I'm your host, Jessica Dugas. I want to thank you so much for being here today. Thank you for participating in our Battle of the Decades series. I love you all so much. And remember to make a joy a priority in your life today and every day. We'll see you next time. Bye, everybody. Have a great weekend.